Why are you crying already? Oh my gosh, it's too early. We just woke up. Mikey! Oh. Let me try and prop this up a little bit more. I'll use it later. What about this? Works. Just give me 5 minutes, Nova. Okay? So, this morning we're gonna be heading back to Moncton. I'm going to end up dropping my trailer. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a market / give a bunch of my market stuff to my friend that's there. Kitty, please don't knock the camera over. Yeah, she'll have better luck selling the things than I will. I'm also probably gonna upload quite a few of my things to my website. I started an art TikTok yesterday. I've actually gotten into doing animations that are quite fun. They're very, very simple, like just stickman animations, but that's kind of what I wanted to do. And then just kind of perfect that. First, they're very hard. They take a lot of work in terms of time and trying to think of different scenes and things, but who knows? I mean, it could open a door for me in some sort of artist field, or it could just get me more well known with my art. But yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't realized by the past few videos, Maritimes just isn't for me. I believe New Brunswick is still part of Maritimes, but I did like it a lot more. And it's funny because New Brunswick is kind of the least spoken about. Stop licking your butt again. New Brunswick is kind of the least spoken about in terms of when you hear about the Maritimes. You always hear about go to Nova Scotia, go to PEI. Main reason I'm here is I want to see Newfoundland. I've always said I didn't really care about the East Coast though, aside from like Newfoundland and Labrador. And if I go there, I know for a fact I'm not going to have a trailer, so it would be easier. And when I go there, it's going to be a fact of having the money to go there. Right now, I don't really have the money to travel. It was kind of a bad choice leaving Moncton, but at the same time, a lot of this lifestyle is trial and error. I've dwindled down pretty much all of the money that I made at the markets. And I'm quite upset at that. But we'll stay in Moncton for a bit more, hopefully make the money back up. I'm gonna go to Fundy National Park. Gonna burn all of my ex's photos in that video, so it'll be fun. Hopefully I'll get a couple videos from there, couple different ones. I'll try and film as much as I can. Hopefully the mosquitoes aren't too bad as well. The thing is, excuse me, I just need to find a place to kind of drop my trailer before I go there, because it's going to be for a couple of days, or maybe three or four, just to have a break. Yeah. And I know you guys might be thinking, well, you have a break every single day, like that's your lifestyle. It's not all fun, flowers and roses and sunshine, and it is quite difficult a lot of the time, and as you know, this video will come after the one of me just kind of feeling super depressed the other day. But I'm still going. I'm still trying. Like I said, I started an art TikTok. I'm gonna get stuff back onto my website. Yeah. So if you guys are watching this, please subscribe. Please watch the video like the whole way through. I know a lot of you people don't. I know a lot of you don't. And then I get messages like, you should do this in a video. And I'm like, oh, should I? It's in one of my videos already. But, I mean, it's okay. If you don't want to keep watching, then at least don't, I know this will sound kind of mean, but don't kind of pretend that you're there for me if you're not going to kind of support my dream. And in all reality, it's a small thing to ask. I'm asking for 20-30 minutes out of your day to help me accomplish something. I mean, that's just it, and it's free. Unless you're on data, then don't watch, unless you have like unlimited, and yeah. But other than that, I mean, it's like when your friend opens a business, you know? This is my business. And I'm not even forcing anyone to buy anything. If you do want to buy stuff from my website, absolutely great. But I just love sharing art. I wish I could say I didn't really care about the money. I don't overall, but at the same time, you do need it to live. And you do need money to continue making content. Yeah. But we're going to be leaving Nova Scotia. We're in Nova Scotia today. We didn't get to explore much, so I don't have a full kind of review on the place, nor do I really need one. But I'll just say this, so far the people have been quite rude. And not rude as in like how I'm like kind of mean sometimes, which I admit I'm working on it. I'm working on being a better person. I'm quite bitter a lot, but that's just my own feelings, and then I don't really care if people see my true feelings. I'm kind of blunt, and that comes across mean a lot of the time. But rude as in just like I almost got hit in the parking lot of Canadian Tire when I went to get water 3 times in the span of 10 minutes. I called another place and they answered and they were like, hello, this is Needs. And I didn't know what Needs was. On Google Maps it said Sobeys Express Shell gas station. So when I called and I was like, is this the Sobeys Express gas station? She goes, yeah, Needs Sobeys, that's what this is. And I was just like, I'm not from here, so like, sorry, I'm just asking so I don't drive there, you know? And she's like, oh, I apologize. And she's like, yes, this is that gas station. And I'm like, thanks, you know what I mean? Like, come on, like, even the French people in Quebec were nicer. I actually miss Quebec a lot. I'm excited to go back there now that I'm more comfortable dropping my trailer, just so I can explore old Quebec. I think that'll be good for me. I think it'll be fun. It's something that I want to do. Sorry, I'm just scratching my leg right now. I should probably stop. You guys can probably hear it. But I've come to the conclusion that where my place is kind of on the west coast. And I don't mean the island. I don't really like Vancouver Island. I'm scratching again. I apologize. I'm so itchy from the mosquitoes. Oh, Kitty and Doggy. Can you guys knock it off? Kitty's getting... Kitty, leave his ankles alone. I don't really like the island. It is beautiful, but it's so wet. So absolutely wet. So, yeah. But just the west coast. Or I guess I should say more inland. I think next summer I'm going to go up to the Yukon. Or maybe just stay in Alberta. Stay in Alberta/BC. I'm going to also figure out something to do with my trailer next summer. I'm hoping that I'm monetized by YouTube by then. And I don't care if you guys say I won't earn a lot of money. Even just something. I remember one person commented, she goes, my friend has like 5,000 subscribers and all he makes is around $300 a month from his videos. And I'm sitting here like, I wish I made $300 a month. That would pay for them outright. They're about 150. Actually, no, because her food's 50 now. It's gone up. His food's around 100. And then her litter for the month is around 40. So, actually around $200 a month for them. And then $100 to spare? Sweet! You know? But yeah, hoping that everything works out. And I know a lot of I guess haters are telling me like, oh, give it up, go get a real job. I can't. I've said that multiple times. My last dog passed away while I was working a real job. And I spent the first, I guess the only 4 years I had with him telling him, don't worry, one day we're just going to travel. And I'm going to spend every single day with you. And I'm not going to leave you in the van. Not going to leave you in a cage. He had to be caged. He ripped everything up. That was just him. He loved ripping stuff up. Even him, look, he leaves like, he just takes a little bit of stuffing out, but he leaves the whole thing intact. But my last dog ripped up into shreds in 2 minutes. Yeah, like now he's going after it. But he's not going to rip it up. He's going to leave it in a second. He's had this ball. I think this is actually Leaf's ball. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah. He's had that for forever. Yes, you like your ball. Yeah. But I kept telling my last dog. I was like, we're going to travel. Don't worry. And I told myself when he passed away, I ended up getting Nova a few days, or I guess like a couple weeks. I had to wait for him to get neutered, but I ended up getting him a couple weeks later and seeing him 2 days after Leaf passed away. And I remember this little thing went off in my brain. And I did work full-time when I got him. I actually worked full-time and part-time to make enough for renting because I wasn't allowed in the States for the winter. That's a whole nother deal. I got into a relationship with an American. I'm not going to do that again. By the way, Americans are off limits to me. They're just completely off limits because, yeah, just too much legal stuff involved with dating kind of out of country. And that's the only reason. Other than that, I love you guys. But anyway, I was working to make enough money to live in an apartment for the winter. And as soon as I got out of the apartment, I told him, I said, I'm not going to do the same thing to Leaf. I'm not going to spend 4 years of your life that might be all you get, just telling you over and over again, don't worry, it'll get better, it'll get better. One day I won't have to do that. One day I'll make it work, and, you know, we'll be fine, and I'll get to spend time with you every single day. And I just did it. Not to mention, on the very hot days, I'm not going to leave them in the car. I'm going to sit here with them. I'm going to have the doors open. I'm going to go driving for the day if that's what I have to do. I do have an AC unit. The reason why I don't run it without me in the car is it is a separate unit. It has a battery. With the AC on, I have to have the windows closed, the vent closed, the little vent over there closed, as well as it does blow out hot air. God forbid I'm working, my break isn't for 4 hours. AC's on here, 35-degree day or 100 Fahrenheit or whatever it is, 95 Fahrenheit. My AC's here, Kitty jumps and pulls the exhaust fan off. And now there's the hot exhaust air just running through here with no circulation to the outside. Then what? That's a fast track for them to be dead. Another scenario, it stops working. It just shuts off. And there's 4 hours, even 2 hours till my break. If I do leave them, like you guys saw with Peggy's Cove, like you guys saw with Hopewell Rocks, it's never a hot day out. It's never a very hot day out. When it does start to get sunny, because I normally do things early in the morning or late afternoon, I start to walk back to the van because I go, okay, you know what? I'm feeling a little bit hot now. They're going to be hot. In here, majority of the time, it is cooler than outside. It's fully insulated on the walls. I didn't finish the van, so you can see all of the insulation. I now have the window coverings. Like, they're good. You don't have to worry about that. But my whole thing is, I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving them for 8 to 10 hours a day while I go make money. And then there's also the other thing of, where am I gonna work? A lot of the places I go to, I can't even stay long term there. Like, even the casino in Moncton is 7 days and then you have to leave and then you can come back. But imagine if I had a job. And I'd go in every single day and they'd realize, okay, this lady's staying for a few months. And then bye-bye content too for you guys. Bye-bye art, because good luck me having enough time for that. That already takes up majority of my time. Goodbye markets. The things I actually love doing. And I do love doing this. I mean, it's like me venting. It's like me talking to a therapist. I know a lot of you might go, oh, these are kind of dry. But at the same time, I actually really, really enjoy it. I really enjoy kind of sharing my life with you guys and sharing my thoughts and sharing my bad days and good days. Almost like I'm in a relationship with all of you. So if you ever want to date me, just pretend you're on the other side of the camera, because that's pretty much what it's like. One of you'd get to come on adventures as well. But I just can't do it. So when you think, like, just go back to work, there's reasons. Oh my gosh, can't speak. There's reasons, as well as just the mere fact that I also already spend so much time doing other things that to get a full-time job, I would give up on everything that I've kind of worked towards for the past however many years. And I know I started YouTube 3 months ago. I've been told multiple times throughout my life, he's playing with his whale, throughout my life, to go for it. And I just finally did. In the past year, I've lost my best friend, my dog, and I actually was semi-engaged to my ex. I lost him as well. And like I said, I had to give up van life for the winter. Something that I dreamed of for 7 years was ruined for me. Temporarily, maybe. We'll see when I try and go to the States for this winter, if it happens. But ruined temporarily, maybe indefinitely, because of a man. Because of a man who chose online women over me. You know, like there's a lot that I deal with. There's a lot that I deal with that I don't fully share online. I mean, yesterday even someone was asking about like my home life, like why don't you go home? And my dad has told me he doesn't want me to kind of air my dirty laundry, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to come out eventually. I don't come from a good household. I come from a place that, yes, I had a roof over my head. Yes, my dad helped fund this as well as build the van, which I appreciate, but it came to a point where I even told him the only terms of him helping me was, I hate to say it, I told him that I was kind of done with the family at that point, and if he didn't want to help me, then I was just kind of gonna just go on my own and have no contact. Like, I don't come from kind of a safe space. If things go south here, I can't go home. I just can't. And I've been, like I said, as much as my dad helps me financially, he does send me money when I'm in need of it, which I'm forever grateful for, because I'm kind of dumb and trying to figure things out. But the stuff that you normally learn from your parents' help at a young age, financial security, savings, even jobs, spending habits, you know, I'm learning that right now at 26 years old. And I didn't always have the help. I'll be completely honest, I didn't always have the help. So, even me posting online, asking for help, asking for subscribers, just trying to get my name out there, that's completely new for me, because I grew up by myself. I mean, I lost my best friend when I was 17. My other best friend, an actual human being. And I remember at the funeral, I was 17 years old, and everyone was coming up to me apologizing. Even his parents. And I was like, why are you guys apologizing to me, like, for my loss? And they're like, because he was your best friend and you were his. And it's funny because I knew him for like half a year, but I haven't called anyone really my best friend since. I mean, there is Glenn, but in all reality, I'm sorry, Glenn, if you have to find out now. You know, well, he knows he'll never take the spot of Oscar. It's just, you can't. I'm that type, like Nova will never take the spot of Leaf. He'll never outshine him. I mean, there's some things, like I said, I appreciate him not ripping up his $15 whale within 5 minutes. I mean, that's nice. But I'm someone that doesn't kind of replace things easily, and things kind of hit me harder than a lot of people. But I'm trying. I'm still here. I don't know how. I don't know how. I haven't wanted to be here since I was like 8 years old. More coherently when I got around 12. That's when I had kind of fully given up. And now it kind of comes in waves. There's days where I try my damn hardest, and then that is consistent for a little bit, with little kind of spikes of like, hey, please guys, check out my channel, like, you know, add me as a friend, come talk to me, see who I am, if I have time to respond to people. A lot of the time I don't, unfortunately. I wish I could. And then there's days like the other day where I go, what the hell am I still doing here? But I have animals to live for. A lot of the people, I actually got told by the gentleman, as well as quite a few other people. It's funny, mainly guys. Don't know if that has any correlation between mansplaining and men telling you how to live your life. No. But I've gotten told quite a few times, like, give up van life. If you can't leave your dog and cat in the van, then send them back to the humane society you got them from. I wouldn't be here. And I'll let that sink in for a second. I would not be here. This video you wouldn't be seeing. Any posts, any pictures, any little advice or little conversations that I have with people, any piece of art that I make, anything, any blog, any poem, it wouldn't be here anymore. Because I would be gone.